Hey, I am Clint Jordan, founder of Mill Estate. Mill Estate is a nationwide network of veteran and military spouse realtors. Been building it out for about 3 years now. I thought it really important to build a community of people that not just supported veterans, but are veterans as well. So last 3 years, we built the foundation with Mill Estate, and then very recent, we've launched a Veteran Business Alliance here in the Springs. The goal for that too is that we launch that in every city and every community where our Mill Estate agents are. But the VBA is also veteran and military spouse business owners. And I happen to be here with Steve, one of my favorite dudes at Wackadoo Brewery. Thanks for having us, my friend.
No, absolutely.
And then tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Who you are, kind of what do you do, your background, and then we'll get into Wackadoo in a minute. But let's hear about you.
So I'm a 14-year Army veteran. I was an infantryman. I did 3 tours in Iraq. I got to be a sniper for 5 years, and that was the most incredible time of my life.
You were a sniper?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. The things you learn, dude. I'm like,
right, yeah.
Cool.
After I got out of the Army, I was kind of lost. I was one of those guys that I was really messed up on my 3rd tour. My ex-wife had just divorced me. Everything hit all at once. I didn't know what to do, who I was, and I went down a pretty bad path for a couple of years. I mean, similar story you hear about a lot of other guys.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing for all of us. We
yeah.
lose our identity when we get out.
Because when I got out, I mean, I joined at 17. That's all I knew.
Yeah,
was that
your whole
life.
adult.
My dad, my grandfather, also veterans, so that was the life I grew up in.
Right.
And I got out, and it was just, here's your DD-214, good luck.
Yeah, you walk out the gate, you're like,
yeah. I had no idea
Who do I call tomorrow?
How to be somebody. Yeah, and I'd lost my support network as my family hadn't talked to me in years, and now I just lost my wife as well. So it was like, I dropped down and you don't know what to do. Tried to go to college for a little while. I got a couple of degrees, but it didn't help me. It wasn't who I wanted to be. It was just, that's what you're told. GI Bill, go spend it.
Yeah, spend the money that you paid in and go get your degree.
And it was one of those paid-for colleges where they were like, oh, come here, we'll take care of you. And then I ended up like $60,000 in debt.
Very nice.
And had nothing to show for it.
Another unfortunate path that we all go down.
Yes, exactly.
Same thing. I went to Colorado Christian University. Good university. I'm not dogging them.
Yeah.
But it was literally once a week for 4 hours a night because it covered the GI Bill requirements. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for my degree.
Supposed to do. Yeah. You got to have a college degree to be somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
And I literally went through business as we already were opening new businesses. I was like, wait a minute. We just opened the gym, got the real estate license.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I finally found an outlet for the issues I was having. I boxed for a few years, did MMA for a few years. I mean, you were much higher tier than I was. I just did it because I wanted to hit people. Yeah. And I could be okay with it.
It's a good way to let out some aggression.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I became a live steel fighter for 4 years, which is the most violent legal sport in the world. Here in America, they don't do it much because, we're not those kind of people. But around the world, it's huge. Like, it is a national thing, and they're great about it. I made Team USA 2 different years, got to fight all over the world, won a few medals, and that was when I found my peace. Because there's barely any rules, and it's real steel combat, people really hitting you with steel weapons. And at the end of the day, my first tournament, I felt more at peace and more relaxed than I'd ever been in my life because everything's left in the ring. Like at the end of the day, I was exhausted. I was just falling down because there was nothing left.
And there's a community in that too,
There is. And they have very strict rules about no cussing, act chivalrous, be that person. And it took all of that out. And
you found that other community. The main thing that we lose, I think, we get out of the military, we lose our identity in our community.
Absolutely.
Right? And most of us, and that's why we end up going down a certain path. We're like, shit. Because there's nobody there to be like, hey, dude,
because
you're looking and looking, there's nothing there.
Exactly. So these guys were amazing, and most of them were veterans as well. People looking for adrenaline. And people,
makes perfect sense.
So that really kind of brought me back to being a good person again. Yeah. And I went on to open up a blacksmithing company for a few years down in Kentucky. And then I went through another nasty divorce, and I came up here to Colorado. This was actually my last paid fight was here in Colorado, and I fell in love with it. I'm originally from Maine. And the natural beauty of Colorado, it just drew me in. And so I got up here, I went to work at a couple other breweries, and I fell in love with it. The very first time I got to brew a beer, I fell in love with it. And I was like, this is something I can do. This is something that gets all my tisms, you know? And I was like, it's great because it's math, it's science, it's chemistry, and all the things I never learned in school, I applied them in real life. And what you can make with beer is amazing. I mean, we just brewed our 150th recipe.
No kidding.
So we have 150 different kinds of beers now, and to be able to integrate all that in, and it keeps me active. And the people in this community, since we started the brewery, has just turned my life around.
Did you find the brewery, like the process of that? Because you find like a lot of veterans, they do entrepreneur stuff, but it's like a solo, like I'm a landscaper, right?
Yeah.
A thing where we could just back out, put our headphones in and do work because we don't have community.
You don't have to deal with it.
So yeah, if you're back there mixing and brewing, it's just you coming up with something.
Yeah.
And then you find, like you said, your happy place. And then you built Wackadoo, the founder and head brewer here.
Yes.
And then you bring people into your world again.
Yeah,
and start building that other community of veterans.
And that was it. It was finding a way to help and to be a part of something. Because I've been to a lot of VFWs around the country, and I had a hard time fitting in because I had gotten out at 33, so I was young, and these old guys would look at me and be like, "What are you doing in here? You don't belong here."
Well, rightfully so, dude. Because I joke about the VFW, but once you go there and you put the hat on, like you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you being 33, you're like, I'm not ready for this shit.
Yeah. No. Exactly. And it was just. And then I finally found the VFW here in Fountain, and it was absolutely game-changing. Walked in the door, commander shook my hand.
Awesome.
Let me walk you around. Let me show you what we do here. And I mean, I signed up for a life membership that day. It was amazing. And I finally found that community. And it's funny enough, that's how the brewery started. Because we started the brewery 6 days before COVID. I had this grand idea of what I was going to do.
Right.
And then everything shut down. The world shut down. So we couldn't get a building, we couldn't get a loan, nobody would touch us because everything had collapsed. The VFW down in Fountain has a small building out back that they weren't using for anything. A little 600 square foot shack, I mean, literally. So I sold everything I owned, and I started the brewery with $17,000, which is unheard of, to be able to build up.
Yeah.
So I bought some used equipment from another brewery that was moving to a new location, and I got some secondhand stuff from other people around town, and that's how we started the brewery.
And then we want to kind of dig, so like your business model, it's not supposed to work.
No, not at all.
And now that I know how you started too, it's kind of who you are, dude. So it's kind of cool to learn the beginning of it, because like right now, like this model's crazy, and it's been going. How long have you been at it? 5, 7 years?
We're going on 6 year in February.
6 years. So in business, there's a 3, a 5, and a 7-year hump, right? Most businesses are done in 3. Once you make 5, you're like, all right, cool. Let me just get past 7. He's at 6. And you guys don't make any money. Is that right?
None.
Let me say that again. Like 0 profit here.
Oh yeah.
And you've been able to be in business for 6 years.
Yeah.
How?
So yeah, from day one I was told we'd be bankrupt in a year. It was an unsustainable business model. I'd be burned out. There's no way I could work this much without just falling apart.
Which is how many days a week?
7 days a week for the last 1,121 days. The tap room's been open without ever closing. I've been here all but 3 of those days. So I've had about 1 day off a year. Yeah, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm always here. Work 80 to 100 hours every week. I've never paid myself a dime, and I absolutely love what we're doing here.
So what do you do with the profits?
So 100% of our profits every single month are donated to charity. We work with 24 different nonprofits now, 20 of which are veteran nonprofits, 4 are other nonprofits like Ute Valley Park right up the road. They're all volunteer run, and it's all through donations. So we work with them and everybody here. After we pay the bills and I pay my employees, every penny that would be the profit gets donated back to the charities every time.
1,000-something days straight of work. And again, the business model doesn't make any sense. There's not a single coach, a mentor that would tell you, hey man, this is a great idea.
Oh God, no. And I tell everybody else, everybody's like, well, what do I do to start a brewery? Or I want to start a small business. I'm like, don't do what I did.
Yeah,
period.
Opposite of what I just did for the last 6 years.
Absolutely.
But it flourishes, man. It works wonderfully, because anytime you come in here.
We found that when you stop chasing the money and you start caring about the people and the community, it comes. So it's that reverse. Everybody's like, oh, here's what we have to do to make this money. Here's our margins. We have to make profit. We have to do. You don't. When you start caring about your customers, and you start caring about what you're doing, everything else comes.
And I think that's most of the problem with business period is everybody's after a transaction.
Absolutely.
And everything, every networking group, and that's literally go back to the Veteran Business Alliance. That's why we're building it the way we are. It's not a transaction. It's it's veterans and military spouses, and for sure, like we host our happy hours here to help support.
Absolutely love it. Seeing the community, because it's not everybody sit down, okay, here's the minutes, here's what we did.
Business card.
Here you guys actually network properly. It's the same thing like when salesmen come in here to try to sell us something. If you walk in a slick suit and your little attaché thing, and you start off with, who's the manager, who's the owner, I tell them to kick rocks.
Yeah, go, there's the door, dude, walk right back
But guys, I've had a guy come in here, dressed like I do, came up to the bar, bought a beer, talked to me about the brewery, and then he was like, hey man, while I'm here, here's what I do.
Yeah.
And we bought these stupid cloths, the cleaning rags we use. I bought them off, and we bought almost 400.
There's a lesson right here. If you're out there in business and sales, there's a lesson.
I tell people this all the time. He walked in the door, did that, and I bought 400 damn wash rags from him, and we didn't need them. But because the way he interacted with me, because he cared about what our mission was, knew who I was, knew who the brewery was, what we were doing before he walked in the door. He did his research and bought a beer first. That guarantees I have to talk to you for a few minutes.
Oh yeah,
no matter what.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying it from him and told him, I said, that is the best sales pitch I've ever heard. But we do it all the time. Every single week, 2 or 3 people come in here trying to sell something, and they go about it just hard sale, and I'm like, kick rocks.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear what it is. Yeah.
Now, the big lesson in that little speech part right there is it's relationships and all the things that we do.
Absolutely. Pay attention to who you're trying to sell to.
Yeah.
What kind of person are they? What kind of business are they? And coming in the door with some kind of inkling.
Yeah.
The cold walking across, just going to every business trying to sell real quick. 10 seconds in, they walk out the door.
Yeah.
No, you take the time, get to know who you're trying to sell to.
Get to know who you're trying to sell to.
Absolutely. And realtors, especially with you and a few of the others I've met, you do it really well, because it's not, I want to sell the house or I want to buy this house. It's getting to know the customer, what they're looking for, what they need, how they do it, and that makes a huge difference.
It's important, right? Because you know that. Like I said, as another business owner, you probably know 150 different realtors.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess here, right? At least there's 5,000 of us in town,
yeah.
so I'm guessing you know at least a couple hundred.
Oh yeah.
I would venture to say that I'm on your top 3 at least to get a phone call.
Absolutely.
To be like, hey, bro, we need help.
Yeah, if we were ever doing it, there's you, and I've got like 2 or 3 others that I would be like, okay, I think this is the kind of person that gets what I.
Yeah, and the why behind that is because we build relationships. Like we own Dart Bags, and whose beer do we have in there?
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, it's his stuff. So we just support and try to help each other grow.
It's all about networking. Yeah. Even if it's a completely different industry, it's
100%.
about networking with each other.
There's always a dot.
I know a guy for this, I know a guy for that, and the first person I'll call is you, because that's what you do. Like I've had people ask, like, can we do an event that would be a lot of fun to have something like, I don't know, bam, go to Dart Bags.
Right.
That's something different that people would enjoy. Like even if it's a small business get out, take those people out there, get them unwound, get them out of their normal industry, and have a good time.
Yeah. No, that's perfect, man. People like him are what makes the community work. And again, I'm honored to be a friend of yours and listening to your story and hearing about how you built a business, because as I say, it's close to ours. We're same kind of way. We give away more memberships than we charge for. Like I think that's kind of who we are as veterans and military folks. It's not truly like for all the things that we build. Mill Estate was like, hey, how do I build something nationwide to where if Steve calls and says, I got a buddy that needs help in Florida, I'm like, oh, cool, bro, we got somebody.
Exactly.
Here's my veteran military spouse realtor that's hyper-connected. Yeah. So the VBAs is the same thing. I'm like, all right, let's build this community of people here, and then we build it in all of those other communities. So now when you call and say, hey, I got a buddy going to Florida, I'm like, sweet, plug them into the VBA out there. They're all vetted, veteran, or military spouse business owners.
Exactly. I mean, we do the same thing even with other breweries. I know breweries in Florida, I know breweries in Washington, California, Texas, all over the place, and some of them come from out of state and have come and actually visit us in person because of that connection. I'm like, hey, we can do a collab beer. Well, we live in a different state. I was like, dude, let's Zoom it. I'll brew here, you brew there. So we put the beer together, especially other veteran breweries. I'm like, let's put this together, and other ones in other towns, like 105 West up in Castle Rock. Amazing guys what they do up there. And so we're already in process of trying to brew a beer together, even though we're in different towns.
Yeah.
It's one we're doing together.
I love it. It's collaboration, man. So
absolutely.
The whole competitive thing is out the window. If you're competing, you're losing.
Yep.
It's kind of what I believe in.
Definitely.
If you're collaborating, you're winning on all kinds of levels. If you're out there competing against people, we're never playing the same game. I tell people, and they're like, hey, dude, like on the competitive side of the house, like if I'm not playing the same game as you are, we can't possibly compete. If you're competing against me, you've already lost, not because I'm better, but because I'm not playing that game,
exactly.
dude. I'm like,
I'm not going down that
road.
road.
Take it. Yeah, I don't care. So you can't compete against people like you or me because we're looking at a bigger picture for everybody to win.
Absolutely. Because the better the community's doing, the better we're doing.
Heck yeah, 100%.
So help the community and it makes us better too.
Yeah, Bill, truly support your veterans.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of groups and networks and everything out there. They have veterans in their name and their titles, and we love supporting veterans. And I'm like, sweet, do that. I'll build a Veteran Business Alliance group and support all of them.
Exactly.
Let's go do that. Let's help veterans.
That makes you all stronger for it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we find a lot of times that supporting a veteran means that you're doing something for that veteran to support your business. Then there's people like you who truly are new. We are supporting our veterans 100%.
Absolutely.
So if you're ever out here, if you're local to Colorado Springs, Wackadoo Brewery is amazing. Steve and his team down here are absolutely phenomenal humans. Come down, check them out. Like I said, 100% of their profits goes to nonprofits. Yep. So come down, support. Thanks for having us, dude.
No,
thanks for being a friend. Thanks for all that you do.
I appreciate it.
And again, come down and check these guys out, man. They're absolutely amazing.